Good evening and welcome to tonight's matchup between the Lakota West Firebirds and the Colerain Cardinals from Lakota West Stadium. I'm Brent Phelan along with
Larry Burks. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. We'll be calling your game tonight. The game has started a little bit late due to the weather, and we actually did just miss the kickoff. Lakota West kicked off. Kofi Abdufour, as he has most of the year, kicked the opening kickoff through the end zone. So the Colerain Cardinals will start first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yes, it's going to be an interesting evening. It's not quite what I imagined was high winds and sideways rain, but it's a lot better than that. But it's still pretty nasty out there.
Colerain throws deep on the first pass, incomplete. Looked like really just a one-receiver pattern. They just, I think, tried to mix things up. And Larry, I don't know what. I think we do know what to expect here. I mean, if we look at these teams, Lakota West 4-1, and overall, Colerain is 0-5. Lakota West is averaging over 30 points a game, I think 31. Colerain has only scored more than 13 one time the entire season, averaging less than 10 points a game.
Yeah, and if you take a look at, take Sam Wiles, for example. In the conference, he's fourth in passing offensive leaders and fourth in rushing offensive leaders, and that's a pretty balanced attack. So I look for a big game from Sam tonight, either both in the air or likely on the ground with the wind.
So nice play by Colerain. Ran the ball on the left side, ran it for about 14 yards before he went out of bounds. That looked like that was number one, Sean Billups, with the carry. So, hey, first down right off the bat. I mean, it's also interesting to note Lakota West offense is averaging over 350 yards a game, including 500 each of the last 2 weeks. Colerain, on the other hand, is only averaging 240 per game, so a 15-yard run on the second play of the game is pretty good. Looked like a little bit of confusion there in the backfield.
I think the motion back was a little late, and it kind of got in the way of the handoff.
And that was number 0. That's Hayden Danielson, number 0, running the ball, and you'll see number 1, Grant Bierman, for Lakota West. There he's in the middle of the screen, going to fill right up and make the tackle. So that's going to make it 2nd and 8 for Colerain at their own 37-yard line. Grant Bierman, as we know, is committed to Purdue, so a fine player. And you'll hear there's a number of the kids out here for Lakota West.
Lots of D1 talent on the field.
Lots of talent. Good pressure right off the go. The quarterback does roll out, throws the ball away. And that's tough, right? When the quarterback is on a sprint to the right sideline to try to make a connection to a receiver.
It is tough. I think, though, at this level, with the style of play that you face in the conference, you need to be able to make that play. The receiver was open, and if you want to win games, you got to make that connection.
You'll see number 8, Cam Thomas, coming out on the outside from Lakota West, and immediately chased him out of the pocket and made it into a pretty challenging play, and a play that Colerain obviously hasn't been able to make this year. 3rd down, so big play for the Lakota West defense. 3rd and 7 for Colerain from their own 37-yard line. Quarterback does drift. Good pressure back again. And the receiver actually fell down.
Yeah, he did.
So nothing much happening there. Great pressure once again. And, the quarterback at that time running straight backwards. So put him in a pretty tough position, and then when the receiver fell down.
Now there it's really hard to pass.
We'll see this here again on the replay.
It's hard
watch
to pass
a couple
backwards.
Guys coming off the left side, putting immediate pressure.
Yeah.
One thing's been interesting for Lakota West this year is they don't send a lot of guys. They haven't got a lot of sacks, but, boy, they get pressure almost every time you go back to pass.
It's just dominance at the front line, right? The defensive line is making it through and making it around the individual that's blocking them on the offense.
So pretty effective punt there for Colerain. He punted it all the way to the right side. The sole safety for Lakota West on the other side of as a return man wasn't able to make a play. We're going to see where they're going to spot this here. It looks like around the 30-yard line.
I think the bullet back on defense made a touch at the 30-yard line.
So there you go. So a 33-yard net punt for Colerain. Lakota West is going to start at their own 30.
Which is a fair punt in this wind. They're going right into the face of the wind here. And punting, trust me, as a punter, I know how hard it is to punt into the wind.
So here we go. We're going to see, the Sam Wiles, number 2, as you mentioned, right, top 5 in the conference in rushing and passing. So you're going to see that if you follow him, you're going to see the ball a lot. There he is, going to hand the ball right up the middle. First play of the game there. That's Braden Johnson. Braden's had 5 touchdowns combined in the total in the last 2 games. So he looks like he's got a little bit of a limp there. Hopefully nothing too serious. He is asking to come out of the game. So that's not a good start.
In order for Colerain to make a good showing in this game, they're really going to have to control that ground game. The wind may help them control the passing game, but they have to be focused on the run game.
Looks like Braden maybe got hit with a helmet right there in the lower leg, so hopefully that's just a contact injury and nothing too serious. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for Lakota as the Roy's nothing there. Colerain did a nice job stringing that out. Wiles back.
Good handoff.
Yeah, they're going to run the ball to the right side this time. Running back collided with his own teammate there.
Yeah, I was going to say that looked like a pretty good hit by the offensive tackle.
And that's number 18, Tyson Davis for Lakota West. He's going to gain about 7 on the play. Tyson is a wide receiver normally, but there he was lining up in the backfield. Yeah. So you're going to see a nice little cutback in there. Did collide a little bit with his offensive line, but was able to make a nice gain of 7. That was Christian O'Neill, number 77, who he collided with. Here goes Wiles, going to keep it himself. He's going to get across the 40, so that's a first down. Yeah. And not much more. He does keep his feet. But
he was fighting for every inch there. That's a good, tough run.
There you see Sam, and Sam has done a nice job. He was the GMC's first-team all-conference quarterback last year. Yep. He's continuing that this year, like you mentioned.
He will be again this year.
With a nice combination of passing and running. It's interesting to note for those on the other side of the of our viewing audience, the quarterback from Lakota East is actually leading the conference in passing this year.
That's correct. He has some people may recognize that name, Kitna, if they're old-time Cincinnati Bengal fans.
There's Tyson Davis again. Nice cutback, and boy, hit that a lot of explosion right up there. So Wiles handed it to him.
That's more of what I expect from the Firebirds tonight is some of that smash mouth, ground and pound, just move the rock, right? Move those chains with 3 or 4 yards at a time and then get to 6 or 7 at a time and then wear that defensive line out.
And there we go. It's over midfield with that first down run. So it's 1st and 10 again for Lakota West, just into Colerain Cardinal territory at their 49-yard line.
Can you hear me?
Wiles back in the shotgun again. Has one running back in the backfield with him. A little bit of motion. He's finally, first time today, he's going to go back to throw. Wide open receiver.
Wide open.
So that's going to be a touchdown right there for the Firebirds. That's Jaden Brogdon.
There was some blown coverage there. He was totally uncovered and wide open. I think everyone can see that he didn't have anyone within 15, 20 yards of him.
We'll see the replay here. Good protection by the offensive line. Was able to step up a bit, put a nice soft touch on it. Really nice pass from
Yes, it was a beautiful play.
From Wiles. He put it, allowed him to catch it, with his hands just barely extended. So nice play. Jaden Brogdon with the touchdown. Jaden is a junior, 6'3", 192 pounds. So good start for Lakota West. There's the kick up and good. Again, that's Kofi Adebufor. As we've talked before, great leg.
He's a great kicker.
Great leg.
I was just telling the West coach that I emailed Ron Brown at the University of Nebraska about Kofi. And, anyway, I don't know if they heard from me, but I did email him and explaining they needed to send this gentleman a letter.
If nothing else, and it's been more than that with his field goals and extra points, but boy, just even the kickoff, right? The ability to kick the ball through the end zone, and at high school where they're still starting on the 20-yard line against a ferocious defense like Lakota West has, it's hard to go 80 yards and score.
And looking at the trees, Brent, the wind looks like it's went way down in the last 30 minutes. And if that's the case, it's probably going to be a very long night for Colerain. Colerain needs to work on controlling the ball, hanging on the ball, and keeping the West offense off the field.
And and it's hard because the Lakota West defense, they haven't given up more than 14 points in a game all year. They only give up 167 yards per game, which is both less than 100 yards rushing, only 99, and less than 100 passing, 68. So 9.6 points, under 170 yards. Good luck controlling the time against them.
Here's Kofi. Let's see how far he kicks it.
So there you go.
He makes it look. It's a natural kick.
I mean, one hop out of the back of the end zone.
Right. He makes it look easy. It was effortless.
So once again, the Colerain Cardinals are going to have to start at their own 20. Now, last time they had a little bit of success. They did get a first down. But once they punted it, wasn't much opposition to Lakota West offense. And, Lakota West ran the ball, and then had the wide open receiver for the 49-yard touchdown. So 7:51 to go here in the first quarter from Firebird Stadium. Lakota West up 7-0. Lakota West is on defense now. They're in the red, black, and white, as opposed to Colerain, who's in the white, black, and red.
Billups makes a nice run.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
Sean Billups, number 1 quarterback.
Nice run right up the middle for about 11 or 12 yards, so that'll be another first down, second first down of the game.
Sean Billups has some pretty good size too, Brent. He's 6'3" and 177 pounds. That's a good size. That's tall D1 size for a quarterback.
Sure is.
Let's see if he can get some completions.
That may be the challenge. Here we go. 1st and 10 again, just over the 30-yard line. Colerain resetting themselves, kind of shifting the power side. Going to hand the ball to the right side, and there's nothing there. Quarterback, right after he hands the ball off, gets dropped by the Lakota West defense.
That's Dante Jarman.
Not much happening there for Colerain.
Those are long run plays. Those stretch plays that look for a hole to happen. Well, West isn't giving them any holes, and if a better approach, in my opinion, would be more off-tackle traps, off-tackle center, over the center, and making a more effort to get upfield, run downhill.
In that case, even though he had already handed the ball off, but number 0, Cole Mundy, hits the quarterback as he hands the ball off.
Yeah.
And then there's a host of Firebirds making the tackle. Again, here, same thing. They try to run the ball up the middle, and there's Lakota West all over it. Actually one of those last two, that's Micah Markley on the tackle, but one of the last two, you're going to end up finding one of them a tackle for loss. It's also number 20, DJ Edwards, coming from the outside, assisting on that tackle.
That end disruption was 2-3 yards into the backfield when they hit the back. As soon as he had the ball, he was contacted.
Here we go, 3rd and 11 from the 30-yard line. Colerain lines up.
Looks like a check play from the quarterback.
Look at so they do check it off, but there's 3 guys waiting there to make the tackle. Looked like number 44 actually got the tackle for Lakota West. That's Vincent Giordano. So just nothing happening there, right? They maybe got back the 1 yard that they lost, but that's it. So there's the tackle. And
looks like the rain's coming down again.
Colerain back to punt. And we will see number 4 for Lakota West, Reese Mason, back to return this punt. He's starting around his own 39-yard line. Here goes the punt. It's a line drive.
That's a good punt.
Good hop, but there's Reese Mason. Doesn't scoop it up around the 30. Makes a nice cut up through the middle. Good job. Really
good coverage by Colerain.
Good coverage, but still Lakota West is going to start at their own 42-yard line.
That's a smart punt in the wind like that. It may not have been intentional, but it seemed to work out for him.
Got a good hop, and Mason was in a good position to go back and catch it on that hop, and started to try to run outside, and then realized, let's just get up the track and get what I can get. So there you go.
That ball had the potential to end up on the 10-yard line if it would have bounced a little less friendly for West.
Absolutely. Here we go. Back out there. You're going to see Sam Wiles, number 2, at the trigger again for Lakota West. See some of those offensive linemen up there as well. That was number 76, Carson Stanley, that we just saw.
With this rain coming down, I'd like to...
Here goes Wiles trying to run up the middle. Nothing there. Nice play by Colerain's defense.
Yes, that was.
Looked like number 0, Hayden Danielson, was involved in the tackle. See what they do now. They lost about 2 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 12 for Lakota West. See Davis coming out. See what we do here. It looks like just one back there in the backfield with Wiles. One thing we haven't seen yet, Luka Gilbert, the outstanding tight end, has been really hot the last couple games. Good job by Wiles there. Wow. Boy, good pressure from Colerain. Looked like they had a chance to get Wiles in the backfield. Made a couple guys miss. Next thing you know, it's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
It looked like they may have got a hand on the face mask there. Colerain may have grabbed the face mask.
See what we have here, but you can see that
that's really good pressure by Colerain.
Wiles
they just need to have a spy on him.
Wiles does a nice job.
Oh, no, it was the ball. I was wrong.
See some blockers downfield. That's Tyson Davis. Also saw number 54, Logan Gray, 57, Roger McKinney. Were both involved in blocking there. Nice job. Once the initial pressure got by, the Lakota West guys kept in contact. There he goes again. Same thing. Tried to throw the ball down the middle. Actually underthrew the receiver. Good
coverage. Good coverage by Colerain.
And that was intended for Luka Gilbert. Luka Gilbert is the Miami of Florida commit. He's had a couple touchdowns and big catches the last couple games. See that? But, Colerain getting some decent pressure pretty early in the play there. Now, Wiles did a nice job stepping up and able to throw the ball, but underthrew the receiver a bit. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Number 23, Jaden Cook, was really all over that ball, but it hit him in the wrong spot.
There we go. Good, nice little convoy over there. That's number 3, Trey Barnett, running the ball for Lakota West. Another guy we see receiving it a lot, but he comes all the way across. Gains 6 or 7 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and very manageable now here for Lakota as the rain, as you mentioned, is coming down.
Now. It's coming down now.
There's Barnett coming in motion. Gets the handoff from Wiles, but see some nice leads there. We see number 54, Logan Gray, again leading him around the corner. Gain of 7.
It's going to get exciting now, Brent.
So see what they do here, Lakota West.
The ball's going to hit the carpet.
Going to run the ball right up the middle.
Good stop
nice
Colerain.
Defense there. Looked like Braden Johnson, number 22, was the ball carrier, but the defense was right there. He's going to lose 2 on that play, so it's going to be 4th and 5.
Looks like Danny Ayers, number 13, was on the play, 5'9", 165-pound linebacker.
So it looks like Lakota West is going to go for it, 4th and 5 from just inside the 40-yard line of Colerain. 2:26 to go here in the first quarter.
I would send Kofi out, see if he's see how good his leg really is, right?
So here we go. They're Wiles back with Johnson behind him. A little bit of motion from Gilbert. A little pressure coming down. It's a nice play. Trey Barnett, number 3, sat down right in the middle of the zone.
Exactly right. That was a great route. He read the defense. He settled right into the soft spot of that defense. And more importantly, the quarterback put it right there on his number.
And some really nice blocking up front there. Yeah. Nice pocket for him. Jacob Tillery, number 55, involved out there as well.
He had the Wall Street Journal back there.
So 1st and 10 for the Firebirds from the 25-yard line. They're going to run the ball up the middle again there. Looks like Johnson with a nice run, but I'm guessing that's a hold. Yeah. From where they threw that, we're assuming it's probably going to be a holding penalty there. See what the actual call is. It is a hold on Lakota West. So, boy, that was a quick hitter, good run up the middle, and unfortunately they threw the flag. See if we can see it here. Oh, there it is. You can see that what they called was number 57 there. Roger McKinney went down to a knee and kept the arm on the outside. Yeah, both sides actually had an arm on each side of the defensive lineman. So pretty easy call, and it was right there near the point of attack. So pretty easy call. It's going to be 1st and 20.
Hugs are not allowed on the offensive line
for Lakota West. Back to the 35-yard line. See what Wiles does now. Fakes to Johnson. Looks like Wiles is going to run the ball if he wants. Oh, no.
Let it go. Oh.
Got a receiver open, but he's going to throw it out the back of the end zone. Boy, that looked like one that he might have been able to run with it, right? He had one guy to beat.
I thought he was. It was a great maneuver. I mean, he scrambled really well. And if you take a look at down the field when he takes off.
Good block there on the outside.
It's green everywhere.
He already had the 49-yard touchdown pass to Brogdon, so I guess he was going to try to dial him up again there and overthrow him. It looked like Brogdon was open. And he had a couple of steps on the defender, but boy, rolling left, moving forward, and trying to hit that receiver in this rain, that would have been an outstanding throw to get that ball in there. So here we go, 2nd and 20. Wiles straight drop back to throw. Good pressure again, but he sidesteps it. There you go. You're going to see him get about 19 of the 20 back.
Wow.
Nice job by Wiles there. But, again, Colerain's doing a good job of pressuring. But if you notice, they're pressuring on the outside, leaving Wiles the ability to step up. And as long as Wiles can climb up in the pocket, it's giving him pretty good position here, right? So that, one guy came in the middle, he just sidesteps him.
Well, if they're in man-to-man coverage and you send everyone deep and there's no one on the under route or in the linebacker, that second tier, that's going to be open all night.
Absolutely. So there you go. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for Wiles and the Lakota West offense.
Or they may be blitzing the linebackers like they are now.
Brought a couple guys in there, and they are going to make the tackle there on Johnson in the backfield, so it's going to be a loss of several.
Yeah, number 16 is Perlando Roland.
So
6 foot, 216. That's a good linebacker size.
So here you go. Kofi is going to come out to try this field goal. Right, the loss on that made it 4th and 6. Backed it out to 16. So this is going to be about see where they spot it, but about a 33 or 34 yard. Looks like it's going to be awful close to 34 yards. Right in the middle of the field. See what Kofi can do here. And he's not going to get the kickoff before the end of the first quarter. So here we go from Firebird Stadium at the end of one quarter in a little bit of rain. It's Lakota West 7 and Colerain nothing. Here we are back to Firebird Stadium for the beginning of the second quarter. Lakota West is up 7-0, and they're lining up, if they still are, they were lining up for a 34-yard field goal from Kofi. Kofi has already kicked a couple kickoffs through the end zone, knocked the extra point through. So, and from what we've seen so far this year, definitely in his range.
Well within his range.
So, see, it looks like it's actually going to line. It looks like they're going to spot it at about the 29, so 28. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be about a 38-yard kick. That's right. There was a 5-yard loss on that on 3rd down. Colerain just fired 2 wide linebackers up the middle, and on that 3rd and 1, and ended up 4th and 6. So here we go for Lakota West, starting here the second quarter. Number 15, Jaden Brogdon, is the holder. There's the snap, hold, kick.
Wow.
20 long, and it's good.
It's on the track.
He can kick. That is impressive. Kofi Adebufor. So he is.
I'm a big fan.
He is a junior, 6'1", 183. So good size, young man.
Yep.
And you tend to get that. That's one of the things that Lakota West have been getting, some more kids with soccer backgrounds.
Right.
On the kicking. And Lakota West has had some excellent kickers over the last few years.
That's a D1 leg.
That is definitely a D1 leg. So we'll see what he wants to do. You'll see him here kicking from the 40-yard line. So just to make sure everything is clear and it's not wind-aided, going from our left to right, he kicked 2 through the end zone. Now he's going to kick from our right to left.
Okay,
we'll see what he can do this time.
Well,
and in fairness, there's not a lot of wind. I mean, it really did go away right around kickoff.
Now in college, though, they kick off from the 35, correct?
They can. In pros now it's the 30. So yeah, we'll do some different.
But still, it would be deep in the end zone if he was from the 35.
Yeah, he's definitely got the leg. There's kind of more of a line drive that only hits
to the back of the end zone.
I think there was still the actual land was in the end zone before it bounced out very quickly. So there you go.
Well,
kicked both directions out of the end zone.
It was between the top of the letters and the boundary line, out of bounds line on the back of the end zone.
So with a 10-0 lead, Lakota West defense back on the field. And again, as we've talked about, Colerain only gets a couple hundred yards a game on offense, only scores less than 10 points. Trying to start at your own 20-yard line and make hay against this Lakota West defense that's a long night.
Yeah, even for the best teams.
That's a long night. Again, Lakota West has only given up 14 points is the most they've given up on the season. So there you go. Run up the middle, not much there. See a couple Firebirds involved in that tackle. Looked like, number 8, Cam Thomas again. We saw Cam Thomas with some good pressure. This time he's tackling him right up the middle for a gain of about 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Cardinals.
See, if they can get some ground game working, then that would, open up, ideally, the pass for some big scores. But you've got to get the ball moving on the ground.
So here you go. He's going to try to run the ball around the left side, and there's just nothing there.
That was a bulldog.
Yeah, there's
bulldog tackle there.
Yeah, that's Jarman again trying to run the ball to the left side. And you'll see the replay here, right? I mean, and that's just Cole Monday, number 0. Yeah. Cuts right in between the defense and just is tackling him before he even gets a chance to get his momentum started and heading upfield. Going to call it probably no gain, so it's going to be 3rd and 7 from their own 23-yard line. See if Colerain has anything here they can pull out. It's been a little bit challenging there. We see one Sean Billups. Looks like he's, interesting.
He was
there.
open.
And it was kind of that jump pass where the quarterback fakes like he's going to run up the middle and then looks for the receiver going right down the middle of the field. Did have him open, but overthrew him by a few yards. So it's going to be 4th and 7, and Colerain's punter is back on the field.
Gavin Colerain was a receiver there, and it was out of his reach. It was off. The pass was a little too deep, but he was open. Got to get it to him on his hands.
So Reese Mason is going to try to catch this ball just barely in Firebird territory. Lined up at his own 46-yard line. Rain is coming down. Last kick was a line drive from Colerain. Looked like it might be good. Hit the ground, but Mason was able to grab it on one hop and return it 10 or 11 yards straight up the field.
Had a fortunate bounce.
Ooh, there you go again. No, maybe it is on purpose. Another one of those, and this one even better
Look
bounce.
at it. I mean, yeah.
Mason's still going to pick it up, see if he can get anything out of it. He sure does. Now there's a penalty called, another penalty. So the good news is Mason advances it out to the 50, but there is a lot of laundry on the field. You can see our nice graphic that there's a flag
that's
out
nice.
there.
Hey, while you mentioned the graphics, I want to mention that the latest replay, they had the back-to-back replays from 2 different angles. This Westchester TV crew and the camera guys and the producers in the van, they do such great work. I'm so proud of them and proud to be part of that team. And I want to send my gratitude to them, and they keep getting better and better and better.
So a couple illegal blocks. Yes, absolutely. Couple illegal blocks on the Firebirds going to mean they're going to start the ball back on their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10. See what 10-13 to go. Up 10-0. See what Wiles and his Firebird offense. They have the number 1 rushing offense in the conference.
Yep.
Wiles, of course, had a lot of success. Johnson, and we haven't seen Norman yet at all. He's flashed with some explosive plays so far this year as a running back as well. Interesting. I think it's a mistake, and the thing is, why
leave it to Lakota West to make a broken play into a 35-40
still on his feet, all the way down to the 20-yard line. So the back went in motion to the right. Wiles went to his left, turned like he wanted to flip it to him, and there's just nobody there. Yep. So one of the two made a mistake. So Wiles does what you do, right? You just turn up field, and next thing you know, and right there, stayed in bounds, which was impressive to get an extra 20 yards.
That was a great run. Good, smart. He just looked for the grass and run to it, right?
And that's the key, right?
Yep.
Somebody made a mistake, but instead of thinking about it or looking or trying to say, okay, can I still flip it back to the guy that's the other direction, he just tucked it in.
He didn't panic. He just ran. That's just smart football.
And the one thing with Wiles is, boy, if there's one guy, he tends to be able to make that first guy miss, which is what key to a good runner. There's another running back by Johnson.
Good blocking.
Johnson's going to keep his feet in the end zone. Look at that downfield. I think that's number 3, Trey Barnett. Still blocking at the end of the field into the end zone. Great job by Trey. Beautiful run by Braden Johnson. As we mentioned, Braden has had a total of 5 touchdowns the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and being a running back, you have to learn how to read those blocks. And sometimes you just have to be at the right time.
We're going to see this replay. You're going to see some great job. You're going to see 54, 55 there downfield. You're going to see somebody on the outside
He's
there.
got the confidence in him and just follow those red jerseys right down the field.
You know, a couple of the guys I want to point out, 54, Logan Gray, 55, Jacob Tillery with some nice blocks there.
18, Tyson Davis had a critical block, too, of that last receiver.
And then Barnett, the last one. So
he was the last line of defense there, and he took him out.
There's Kofi with another long extra point out there.
I think that hit the hamburger grill down there.
It sure might have. So there we go. 9 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Lakota West 17, Colerain 0.
So here's the big question. You're Tom Bolden. When do you start playing your 2s, 3s, and 4s?
I think what you're probably going to see is, at a minimum, you're going to allow your 1s to play the first half. For sure, the first drive of the second half, you usually like to make some corrections, make some changes, come out there, and if you can execute that first drive of the second half, that's a great time to do it. One of the things with Coach Bolden is Coach Bolden tends not to take his foot off the gas.
Right.
So that is one thing that he is known for is, hey, I always think back to the day when, the story is that Lou Holtz was at a smaller school and he was playing Bobby Bowden when he was coaching at West Virginia. And, at the end of the game when West Virginia destroyed them, there's Kofi with the kick. Going to be back through the end zone. They were destroying Holtz's team, and after the game, Holtz says to Bowden, he says, "I thought we were friends, Coach. Why didn't you take the foot off the gas?" And Bobby Bowden said, "Coach, I think you got it confused. It's your job to stop my offense, not my job. Those kids practice too. They deserve the opportunities to make things happen." So, there's times when you start looking at when the points just keep totaling up. You're like, boy, it's hard not to feel bad for the opponent, but. But these kids also, they need,
I really, my personal perspective is that right now you could be trickling in some of those 2s, giving them some experience with the A squad, the 1 squad, right? Just to build some continuity in case you need them to step up because of an injury. But again,
there's definitely some different schools of thought there, and we can see that was Sean Billups, the quarterback, trying to run the ball there. Gained about 4 before tackled by the Lakota West defense.
I have 0 state championships, so that's the big difference,
Right up the middle, ball comes loose. I believe it came loose late. Looks like it might have been.
Is this a scoop and score, or is it a down?
I think it's down. It looked like I thought I heard a whistle. It looks like there's some officials out there who are spotting it right around the 25-yard line. Looks like it might be about 2nd and 5. They're talking about it.
I didn't hear or see any arms going up in the air or whistles. So,
see what the official says to the Colerain coach. So apparently it is a touchdown because the Lakota West team is coming off the field.
The benefit of watching Westchester TV is you get a replay.
We're going to see it. So here we go. We're going to see what happens here, right? They hand the ball up the middle. The running back is kind of held upright, and there's the ball already out.
The ball was out.
So the ball was definitely out before the running back hit the ground. The question was his momentum stopped? Was he?
He was falling forward.
Here's another great view. Let's see if we can get there. You really can't tell. And there's number 5. You're seeing taking off with the ball heading out the.
Here we go.
Heading out the other way. That's Micah Markley, by the way.
Stripped out. He just grabbed it.
Yeah, he definitely.
That's a touchdown.
He's definitely not on the ground.
He's definitely not, and he's falling forward.
Now, what I think's going to happen here is they're going to say it is a fumble, but they had blown the whistle dead, so Lakota West is going to get the ball, but not a touchdown. So it'll be Lakota West 1st and 10. So I guess an inadvertent whistle because I did hear a whistle, but it's the old thing. Hey, Lakota West had the ball in their hands at the time of the whistle, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Firebirds from the 25-yard line or so.
Actually, Colerain caught a break there then.
They did. So here we go. Wiles back to pass. He's going to flip it out to Gilbert.
Nice.
Gilbert to the 20, 15, 10. He had a little bit of a convoy going out with him there. It looked like 18 Tyson Davis again, just kind of shielded one of the defensive backs.
For those folks out there that say that guy is tall, he is a huge target at 6'8", 225 pounds.
And that's
a big guy.
And I think that's 3 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks for him as well. So Johnson has 6 touchdowns the last 3 weeks. As we mentioned, Lakota West has gone over 50 each of the last 2 weeks on offense. Now, from the offense perspective, I think they probably appreciated the fact that they got another offensive play here down down close. You can see that looks like that number 80 for Lakota West made the final. I don't know if you can call it a block, but it's Jack Barella. Not really a block. He just got in the way.
Yep.
So he actually got knocked down.
That's all you have to do sometimes.
But he made it kept the guy out of the way. So now with the officials, see what we've got going on here. So we've got a touchdown, and then we've got some. It looks like some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct or personal foul or something on Lakota West after the touchdown.
Pointed at both of them.
And was it that he was? I think it might be that they're going to take it on the extra point, not on the. Well, now let's see for sure.
15 yards on the extra point. Well, Kofi can kick it from there.
Right. So we'll see it again. So yes, it is a touchdown, and then it's a personal foul, which is odd to have a personal foul after the touchdown. Usually it's unsportsmanlike, right? Or if you're doing it after, or
was there maybe there was some trash talking or something afterwards.
So here we go. Kofi.
Hate to speculate.
Kofi is going to go ahead and take a kick from his own 25. So it's going to be a 35-yard extra point here.
In the rain. Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. So if they maybe gave him another, I think even another 15, that still was good.
He would have been good. Yeah. I want to point out one thing, though, is that holder is doing an excellent job. I haven't seen a bobble yet since I've been watching West and Kofi kick in the rain.
In the rain.
So it's
and that is Brogdon, who had the first touchdown as a receiver for Lakota West earlier tonight. Now as we move forward, 8:26 to go, 24-0 Lakota West. Obviously, we're rapidly approaching that magical 30-point marker.
That's why I asked, when do you put in your...
And that is one of the challenges, right? That the running clock in the second half really can hurt, because when you're even though you put your backup through, they don't get many plays. Right. They don't get many possessions. That clock just keeps running, and you feel like, you it really, I mean, it sounds terrible to say, but it penalizes the backups.
Right.
Because those are the guys that tend not to get as many opportunities as they would have in the old days.
Maybe you put in a young 2 at the offensive guard and you run right over him, right? You have plays that utilize him as a blocking.
And that's always that's the opportunity, right? To say, hey, can you allow some of those other guys to play not the entire second group, but can you, as you mentioned, sprinkle them in and give them a chance to see what they can do when the other guys.
Put some pressure on their shoulders, right? So they know what it feels like.
Let them block with the starting quarterback. Let the running back, the backup running back with the starting offensive line. Those kind of things might be something to think about. And that's one of the challenges that Lakota West has right now in the conference. There are
a great shot of the rain there.
There are a lot of
nice
teams that aren't very strong right now. So, again, this is 3 weeks in a row. We're seeing this. There you go. Quick pass outside. Good little move from the receiver. Keeps his feet. He's going to go ahead and get a nice gain there. He's going to advance it out to about the 28-yard line.
Colerain has some really good height and the wide receivers. Barnett, number 3 there, the receiver, he's 6'2", and he weighs 182 pounds. Those are big receivers.
So there we go. We see 16 out there. Colin Ogletree involved in the tackle. See number 5 there, Markley, also out there.
It's a testament to that West defense. They're just stifling. It's just so hard to get anything past.
I mean, that was like a really good play for 7 yards.
Right.
Here we go again. Looks like there might be a chance to make some yards there, and got maybe 1. So it's
hard to make those really hard cuts on that wet turf.
That's number 6. That's number 6 out there. Finn Mason. We've seen his brother, but there's Finn who gives the tackle for just a gain. And, Darren Walters just shared with us some interest for those of you who follow the GMC. The GMC leader who's undefeated in the conference, Princeton, is down 27-0 to Hamilton right now.
Well, Princeton can put up points, so they're not out of it yet. But that's certainly a shocking number that they have to overcome.
And it's been interesting, right? Obviously, they beat Lakota West in a close game, but arguably Lakota East should have beat them.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know who Darren Walters is, he's the Lakota West Sports Information Director. We love Darren. He does a great job, and we work with him really well at the township too, Brent.
Outstanding.
So, thanks for the news, Darren, in case you're listening.
And he also manages the food and everything in the press box here. So
I love him even more, right?
Actually, it was interesting. Darren was up at Notre Dame last week for the Notre Dame Miami of Ohio game. His nephew Cy Walters, a Lakota West alum, starts for Miami and made several plays.
Nice.
Now, the game didn't go very well from the offensive side of the ball for Miami, but the defense, they kept them in the game.
One thing I like about Miami is they're not afraid to take on those big challenges.
We'll also mention a couple other players that have been in Lakota West. There was a run up the middle, and it's going to be enough for the first down. But Jackson Kuwach was playing for Miami.
Nice.
And also Josh Lacusa, who played for Lakota West some, I think ended up finishing at another school, but also made some plays for Miami last week.
Well, that's why I'm glad to and fortunate to work with you, Brent, because up here you have all this knowledge about the community and the history of Lakota West, and I just learn all of this information while I'm here. So this is fun. Even though the score is not so fun, but it is.
6:28 to go. First and 10 for Colerain. They're going to try to run up the middle, and nothing there. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ball came loose again late.
If you take a look at the penetration of this defensive line, as soon as the ball is snapped, they're in the backfield.
They are. There's just not much Colerain can do, and it looks like they're going to mark it for a 1-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd 11. Also up at that game last week, Ben Minnick, a Lakota West alum, plays for Notre Dame, as well as Tabron Benny Powell, who's injured, but he's also on the Notre Dame roster.
And for the listeners out there, Brent went to Notre Dame as well, so he's got Notre Dame information.
I happen to be up at
coming out his ears. So,
nice
wow.
tackle! Wow,
nice.
Boy, that was just dropping him in the backfield there, right? I mean, that's Cam Thomas, number 8.
Be great to see that again.
Yeah, Cam Thomas right up on his own, and he just drops the running back. Look at that smile.
Great form tackle.
I mean,
he was ready. He wrapped him up.
How do you like to be the running back? Right, you're like, okay, get the handoff. He kind of looks up, and there's number 8 already broken down.
Nowhere to go.
Right, arms out, extended, ready to drop him, and dropped him.
He didn't even have time to stop and reverse direction and try and get away.
So it's going to be 3rd and 14 for Colerain, their own 28-yard line. Here comes a lot of pressure. He's going to roll out. He's just going to fling it away.
Is that an interception?
I think it is intercepted.
Yeah.
Looks like a nice catch. See who that is. It was hard to see. See what we got here, but it was caught right in front of the Lakota West bench, so it was hard to see. See who it is here. Got another. Now this will be a much better angle to see who it is. Just really well played. Yeah, that's number 16 for Lakota West. That's Colin Ogletree again. We called his name earlier. That was a really nice catch.
Yeah, he's a junior. 6 foot, 184.
Was in good position.
Right place at the right time.
Good position. Had the underneath there. When the pressure forced the quarterback to throw it up, Lakota West took advantage of that. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Firebirds from the Colerain 44-yard line.
Another
quick pass out on the outside there. Looks like that's Tyson Davis, number 18.
It seems like whatever they do, it just seems to work.
And that's one of those where, it's really just a long handoff, right? Davis steps back into the backfield. Wiles turns to his left, throws it about 8 yards over to him, and then he just runs it himself for the first down. So nice play by Davis. Nice quick throw out there, and we kind of overlooked the fact that he put the ball right in his hands, so he catches it and runs. He didn't have to think about it, didn't have to mess around. So really nice play by Wiles and Davis there. Here we go. We're going to fake the same play, and then they're going to throw it deep, wide open. Trey Barnett, number 3.
Trey Barnett, yep.
So
wide open.
What great scheme.
Yep.
Exact same play, right? They faked. Davis stepped back like he was going to throw it out to him again on the left wing, and there went Barnett down deep downfield for the touchdown. Really nice put together series of plays there by the Lakota West offense.
There's the magic number.
See what happens here. You see that he does a little fake to 18, and you could see somebody down in front there on the Lakota West. They had their hands up before he even threw the ball. They saw that the receiver was wide open.
Right on stride. It's a great release.
2 nice longer touchdowns.
Well, more importantly, on the rollout to the left, and he's a right-handed quarterback. That pass he threw to the tight end was perfect, spot on.
Looks like, do we have number 30, Jacob Seitz? So we have our backup kicker.
We have number 2's in. All right, there you go.
So Jacob Seitz, the backup kicker, a 5'11", 151-pound senior, hammered that one through no problem. So with 4:15 to go in the first half, it is Lakota West 31, the Colerain Cardinals 0. This is what we expected tonight to look like.
Yeah. Well, minus the sideways rain, but there is rain, but it's not sideways.
Yeah, there's a little rain. Wind kind of died down. Flags just barely rustling over there a little bit, so not too significant.
All in all, not a bad football night.
Not a bad football night when we're in the building.
Yeah.
Easy for us to say, right?
But even the temperature's nice.
You can look. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of, I don't see many umbrellas or anything in the student section. They look good. So it looks like Kofi is going to kick off again here. See if he can continue his stretch of touchbacks, which it's hard. I can't emphasize enough. When you have year after year an elite defense like Tom Bolden and Lakota West has, forcing the other team to start at their own 20-yard line and move it 80 yards against that elite defense is, you better bring your lunch pail.
Yeah, look at some of the assistants, though. Dan Bolden, Kyle Bolden, Luke Bolden. This just isn't a Tom Bolden thing, right? This is a family affair here at West. And they're building the next generation of coaches, right?
Absolutely.
Tom's smart. He's really smart.
So that was one of his shorter kicks. It only went 3 yards in the end zone.
Must have been the rain.
They will still start at the 20-yard line here for Colerain. See what we got out there. I still see Reese Mason out there at defensive back. Just kind of take a look out there, see who's got any fresh faces or anybody we haven't noticed. I see 6 Finn Mason out there. See 14 Joel Drake, secondary. See what we got here. We see 8
Braden Zerland. He's a 12th grader.
We see 8 Cam Thomas, who
number
made
90,
a number of plays.
Interior defensive lineman.
Here we go. Quarterback just drops back. He's got a receiver open, but it would have taken a really nice pass.
This is a perfect example of how important the quarterback position is to an offense, right? You talk about the games are won and lost with the linemen, but you can't score points if you can't get the ball to your 6'3", 6'2", fast wide receivers.
And it's interesting. You see Colerain took out a lot of knees on the defensive line to try to give him enough time to get a throw off. He did, but unsuccessful there. That's Joel Drake, number 14, running along with the receiver. I mean, the only way, he was playing man. I say, hey, he's open. Well, if you throw a perfect pass leading him, clearly the defense can't be in front of him because you don't know for sure where he's going.
The ball's loose. Touchdown.
Sounds like we got whistles blowing again as Grant Bierman, number 1, picks it up in the end zone. And that was the quarterback, Billups, running the ball, just nowhere to go.
At some point, you're better off throwing it to a back shoulder short, right? If you can't get it over the top in its hands.
They got to do something different if they want a different result. Right now it's 3rd and 10.5 inside their own 20. I just don't know that they have anything in the arsenal here that's going to make a difference. You just see there's number 90 also.
4 people hit him at the same time.
That was Braden Zerlin, as you mentioned, number 90 involved in that again. As we mentioned, Grant Bierman.
The plays are taking so long to develop.
So it looks like Colerain is going to take a timeout there with 3:15 to go here in the second quarter. Lakota West up 31-0. Third and a long 10 for the Cardinals inside their own 20, which, what are you going to do?
It's been the Sam Wild show, right? And defense.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? We talk a lot about the defense with Lakota West. The offense is, I understand that Colerain is not in a good position, right? They're 0-5, soon to be 0-6. They're not a strong team. The last couple of weeks, Lakota West has put up 50, over 50 the last 2 weeks, and we're still in the first half, and they're already at 31. Right. So, even if you're playing against air, when you're putting up half 100 on the opponents in GMC, right. These are Division I teams. These are players. Let's not be dismissive. They don't have all the pieces together right now. They don't have a lot of size on the offensive line, you can see, right? So, there's a lot of things, right? There's a reason they're 0-5.
And if you're preparing to play Lakota West, and you see all those 50 burgers lined up, stringed in a row, and you're wondering, how am I going to stop this offensive attack, right? So your offense is going to have a hard time getting past our defense, but now you have to look, what are we going to do to get some points on the board and stop them from having this huge lead?
And here's the thing, right? So what do you think? Screen. They run a screen, right? And Grant Bierman is right there, makes contact at 1 yard past the line of scrimmage, throws him out for about a 2.5 yard gain. 4th and 8 for Colerain. Grant Bierman, right? It's like you even made the only play call that maybe gives you a chance to be successful, and Lakota West still has a Division I athlete sitting there waiting to make the tackle.
But even so, the play took too long to develop. So the receiver took too long to get upfield. That gives the defensive back time to release from his block and make the tackle. It's got to be faster.
Right? And that was kind of an interesting approach there from Lakota West. I think knowing the clock has been running and keeping everything going, they actually had twin safeties to catch the punt so that the ball couldn't bounce away, because it's bounced a couple times away from Mason, so they had Mason and Barnett back. Barnett caught it, ran it straight up the field, so they're going to start once again.
Which is a good adjustment, right?
In Colerain territory.
Because you don't want that ball rolling all the way down into your red zone.
And you want to try to score again. That's what you do, right? On offense, you score. I get it. There's 2:18. You're up 31. You score. That's your job. So Wiles still back there. You see Johnson, 22, behind him. Gilbert in motion. Wiles is going to try to pass the ball downfield. He's got had the receiver open.
It hit him in the wrong spot.
That was that was Jack Barella, and the play was well designed again. Right, that's a 6'2", 291-pound senior.
Hit him right in the hands.
So they did get the ball out to Barella, we've called his name a couple times on some blocks. Did a nice job on the one touchdown, shielding the guy. So it'll be second down for Lakota West. 2:12 to go.
He reversed his hands to the triangle catch, right? Where maybe he should have just kept it out and do the cradle catch.
There you go.
But,
so here we go.
You're out. It's all split-second decisions, right?
Nice. Oh, boy, and it's going to be a big gain.
Wow.
So to recap.
Oh, my goodness. He just turned a broken play into a fumble.
So to recap what happened, he faked like he was going to throw it to the left, tried to spin to the right, dropped the ball.
Dropped it.
During his fake, picked it up, went right up the middle of the field.
Ran for the green space.
48 yards for a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
So that's the second major time where where something wasn't going right. You see him fake to the right and just lost the ball.
Probably got 80 yards on broken plays right now.
And he just runs and here makes one guy miss, and then
another good move,
and then he just outruns everybody.
He's got good speed. He's deceptively fast.
He outruns everybody there. Yeah. So looks like we've got Kofi back kicking after Seitz knocked down the last one. Trying to get up to 38 points here for Lakota West. And he will. 1:56 to go. Lakota West up 38-0 over the Colerain Cardinals. And that's Brogdon again with another good hold.
Yeah.
So, that's the one thing about a holder. when you don't hear their name, that's usually a good thing. That's why we try to mention it when there's a good thing. Because normally you only hear about the snapper or the holder
or the kicker
when they screw up.
Yeah.
So we want to point out that Lakota West is doing an excellent job.
Exactly
snap,
right.
Hold,
the
kick.
Snap, hold, kick.
Everybody thinks it's
clicking.
automatic.
It's clicking. Kofi wouldn't be able to kick those 45, 50-yard kicks. I mean, on the sheet it says 38 yards, but that's a 48-yard, 58-yard kick. And I say 58 because I think he's got that kind of leg.
It sure looks like it. And the thing about it is, if the kicker isn't confident that when he gets there, the ball is going to be set appropriately, it's hard to kick. In this case, you know the snap's going to be good. You know the hold's good. All he has to do is focus on his job, which is kicking it. And he does that job well.
He's a great talent.
Here we go. See what happens here. I mean, the other thing is, you notice, I mean, it's only a couple steps. This isn't like, the old days where a kicker would run up like 10 steps to get there. I mean, he's taking his 2 or 3 steps like he would on a field goal, and he's still pounding it 65 yards into the end zone.
And this is his first year.
This is his first year. So
as a kicker in football. Like you said, he came from soccer, and now look at him.
And the guy that, unfortunately, the way the game's going, is not going to help get his varsity letter tonight, the punter, is also a soccer player.
Right, yeah. And he's got a leg, too. We haven't
seen
it yet.
Right? Mark Hort. I mean, that's what I say. We haven't had to call him because I'm
a huge fan of punters.
I mean, he's just sitting over on the sideline somewhere. So here we go. Colerain 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Trailing by 38 points here with just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Quarterback's going to try to throw it out. Had a back go in motion over to the right and then try to have him cut up the field. And there's just nothing there.
I want to say, though, the play calls that they're running are decent play calls. It's just the execution. They're not getting it. It's just not connecting, not clicking.
And the one thing we're seeing here is the defensive line for Lakota West is handling the offensive line. So they're not having to, they're not having to send 2 or 3 extra guys in order to help that out. They're allowing that, putting the linebackers and defensive back in a position to be successful.
But I will say this, though. I haven't seen any tight end curls 6-8 yards like behind the linebackers.
Now, that looked like Lakota West knew they were running the ball. I mean, they had a couple run-fit blitzes right up the middle, right in the hole. See, Bierman just went through the wrong side a bit of where the ball came through. Lakota West is going to take the timeout with 1:42 to go. 3rd down and long for Colerain. Lakota West is obviously going to try to get the ball back one more time, put another touchdown on the board, or maybe a long field goal.
That would be nice to see.
So, again, we knew this is expected. Colerain, for years, Colerain dominated the GMC. Of course, that's when Kerry Combs and Coach Tom Bolden were over there.
Right.
Kerry Combs has moved on into college and pro ranks and back in college ranks again. Tom Bolden's over here. This is what they used to do to teams. And now it's the shoes on the other foot. It's the other way around. And I'm sure it's pretty frustrating for Colerain. I'm not sure what changes it, to be honest, when we talk to some people. So it'll also be interesting. We can, and even if you look at I get it, bad weather, game started late, but they've got, maybe 30 people in the crowd. I mean,
all parents. Probably.
It's not even enough parents for the players. Here we go, 3rd and 10 for Colerain, still at their own 20-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 back in the backfield with the shotgun. Billups rolls back to throw. A little bit of happy feet. Throws an interception, just totally underthrew the guy. Looks like that's number 4, Reese Mason, who we've talked about returning some punts with the interception. I think he returned it about the 23-yard line. So now these are the things from a fundamentals perspective. We've got the quarterback, Billups, walking backward, moving his feet, right? Yeah. He didn't set himself. He didn't put himself in a big position.
He doesn't look comfortable back there.
Yeah.
Here comes the 2s and 3s.
And then he underthrows it. So here you go. You saw Grant Bierman coming
maybe not
fire. I would suspect here in the first half you're gonna stay with your group. You might try to get somebody else in the end zone, right? One of the other guys that maybe hasn't gotten in the end zone yet. But I think you're still looking at your starting group out there. See 74, Jeremiah Harville, the line. There's a nice inside pass for a touchdown.
Nice. Found the seam and hit it right on the stride.
That's Jaden Brogdon. We've talked about him as the holder. We also talked about him. He caught the first 49-yard touchdown pass. So he's got the first and last well, I guess I shouldn't say last. There's still a minute 22 to go here.
Yeah, and he's got really good size too. It's 6'3", 192 pounds. That's good size that's D1 size, man.
I mean, look, no pressure here. Nobody touched the receiver. That quick, it is 44. It looks like we've got Seitz kicking again. So kind of switching out on the extra points now. I mean, and you know what?
He's kicking it good,
right?
too.
I mean, that's a great kick for the senior.
Yeah.
So he got his second make of the night to make it 45-0, Lakota West leading. With 1:22 to go. Now this gets interesting because they're likely going to kick in the end zone. They're likely going to start at their own 20. Lakota West still has 2 timeouts. Colerain's trying to throw the ball. Unfortunately, most of them are incomplete, which still stops the clock in the first half.
Yeah.
Right. The 30-point rule is only in the second half at this point, unless I guess technically you can agree to it. You know, that would be probably pretty depressing if you agreed to it in the first half. I mean, does Lakota West try to stop them and get another score in? You know, the old rule of thumb was, hey, anything you do in the first half is fine, right? But it's when the second half is when you start talking about, okay, are you?
But would you be throwing it down the field? That's the question, right? Do you or do you want to focus on the run game?
It's
a coach's call, right? It's
and the question is also, are you trying to get guys maybe who haven't scored yet, right? So
sure. Sometimes
you might look at that and see if there's a different receiver or running back out there, another kick through the end zone. Something like that is a possibility, but I think Lakota West is just running their offense. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think they're making anything special. They're just doing what they do. See what we can do here with the defense. I do want to mention the offensive line a little bit. I mean, they've done a pretty good job. I get it. There's been when there's pressure, Wiles has made a mockery of the pressure. But we see 55 Jacob Tillery, 57 Rogan McKinney, 54 Logan Gray, 74 Jeremiah Harville, 77 Christian O'Neill, 76 Carson Stanley. They've all been out there and have done an admirable job. Now we're on the defense. We can talk about some of these guys as well.
Those defensive linemen have been impressing me.
We see Vincent Giordano, 44. Good little run here from Colerain. He's going to get outside. He's going to be chased down, but it's a first down, a gain of about 22.
It was a great play.
Looks like he is inbounds, so they'll stop for the first down. See what Colerain decides to do here. They're going because the clock will restart. Grant Bierman, number 1, did chase him down 22 yards downfield. It was really a nice run from Colerain. Yeah. That first, they had a 10, 12, 15-yard run early, and then other than that, the offense has been pretty sparse. Clock is under a minute, 45-0. Colerain in no hurry. I think they would like to get the ball into the end zone, but I'm not sure how realistic that is since they are still 58 yards away. They're going to run the ball right up the middle. Boy, there was just nothing there.
As soon as the ball snaps, they're a yard in the backfield waiting.
There's nothing there. That's number 20, DJ Edwards. Saw 44, Vincent Giordano involved there. You see 8, Cam Thomas. There you go. You see 20 coming from the outside when Thomas and someone else on the outside there, maybe Giordano, force the ball back to the offense right, defensive left, and
I think they're going to take it right into the half.
Yeah. Clock's about to expire, so here we are at halftime from Firebird Stadium. It's the Lakota West Firebirds 45 and Colerain nothing. We'll be back with the running clock.
Find your story at Metro Parks of Butler County. Find your story at Metro Parks of Butler County. Find your story at Metro Parks of Butler County. Find your story at Metro Parks of Butler County.
Welcome back to Firebird Stadium here on the campus of Lakota West High School, where at halftime the Lakota West Firebirds lead the Colerain Cardinals 45-0.
Yes, it's been the Sam Wiles show, hasn't it?
It sure has.
Mistakes turning into touchdowns, passes turning into touchdowns, and good plain old defense has shut this Colerain defense down.
You know, and it's what we expected. I don't know that we expected 45 points in the first half, but we certainly expected that Lakota West would have the potential to eclipse 50 points for the third week in a row.
And again, I was expecting more sideways rain, but it's turned out to be a pretty decent evening.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't even feel like it's raining. You can see it in the lights. There's still a little bit of a sprinkle, but it's the weather has definitely calmed it down from that perspective. I did get a quick look at the stats. Lakota West has about 160 yards passing and 170 yards rushing. So they have some good balance.
Yeah, in the first half.
Yeah.
That's really good balance and really big numbers for one half.
Well, and
those are the numbers you would expect maybe in a game.
Yeah,
right?
you know, right, and you're right. At this point in the season, they average just over 350 yards a game. Now, they have been over 500 yards the last 2 weeks, but which means that the average of 350 means there are a lot more games where they were under this number at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Colerain is going to kick off. They're going to kick it on the ground, try to keep anything crazy from happening. Lakota picks the ball up at their own 20-yard line or so, is going to advance it out near the 30.
Well, the dynamics this half, Brent, you alluded to this before the half, is that now that they've reached that 30 number, that's a running clock. So it's going to tick off pretty quick without stoppage.
So that was Mason with the return. About 10 yards on the return, and Colerain tackled him there, number 9, Trayvon Smith, with a tackle. So here we go. See who Lakota West runs out there. Definitely see a lot of new numbers on the roster.
Numbers, yep.
So I think
number 11, Jackson Smith, is a quarterback. He's a 10th grader.
Yeah, he is.
Good size, 6'3", 170 pounds.
Already got a couple offers.
Yeah.
Based obviously on his ability to throw the ball. Looks like we got an illegal substitution, so somebody
already has a flag.
Somebody has 12 players out there. Still counting. So they're going to start with a 1st and 15. Now, I don't think we can blame the quarterback for that they ended up with too many guys out there breaking the huddle.
Someone did not know what was going on there.
So here we go. We've got Smith in the shotgun. Starting the second half here. Going to hand the ball up the middle. Nice blocking, nice hold.
Run play.
Good run in there for Lakota West. Looks like that's number 40, LaShawn Williams, a 5'9", 158-pound junior. Nice run for LaShawn. He gets the 5 yards back, plus 2 more, or maybe 3 more, so about 8 yards.
What I like about LaShawn is he's really taking care of the ball. Look, he's got both hands on it, holding on to it really well. That's what you want to see.
So, 2nd and 7.
Here's another run.
Trying to run the ball again. Good job there. Oh, nice little hesitation. He's going to get back past the first down. That's LaShawn again. 2 runs for LaShawn Williams, and he's going to get about, between the two, about 15 yards.
What I like about this is those offensive linemen that don't typically get to play at this juncture in a game. They're getting some really good experience out there moving bodies around.
Saw Andre Jordan, number 70. With a block. Also saw number 80, who we've seen out there, Jack Baroa, out there. Here's the snap. We'll see what they do here with 1st and 10. Smith is going to keep the ball himself.
Look at number 72, Carter Brewshaver, just moving.
Jackson Smith breaks
moving
loose.
Guys down.
Look. Oh, boy. He's going to get tackled around the 5-yard line.
Nice gain.
So that's Jackson Smith, the sophomore quarterback. You know, did a nice run, got about 10 yards, and then all of a sudden he kept his feet, got out to the sideline. We're going to see it.
Watch the center, number 72, Brewshaver. Look at him move those guys. He was moving 2 guys at the same time.
See, 78 and 87, they're also helping him when he tried to bounce it. 78, Sean Simmons. 87, Xavier Radica. Both did a nice job of helping him bounce that ball outside. So 1st and 10. Or 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Thunderbirds. Jackson Smith in the shotgun still. He's going to run it
That's
himself into the end zone pretty easily.
Wow. I tell you what, they didn't lose much, did they?
They didn't.
In fact, I think those offensive linemen are playing with a little more gusto than we saw the offensive linemen playing with at the end of the half.
Definitely, yeah. They're definitely excited
Look
to
at
be
all
out there.
that. Look at the size of that hole.
You see everybody. Look at this. You see, look at how many helmets on bodies. A little bit of a hold there for number 70.
Oh.
You kind of pulled him back around him and then stood there. Hey, it's a great block if it's not called.
Yeah, that's right. It's not holding until someone calls it.
Amen. Says that was definitely the way I felt about football as an offensive lineman. Now, when I played on the defensive side of the ball, not so much. So he had a good extra point. So that's Kofi with another kick. I wonder if they'll be alternating the kickers on the extra points like they did at the end.
What a great drive. What a great drive for these
It was nice to see.
Threes.
Right? They got out with 12 guys and got that 5-yard little stumble, but boy, made short work of the rest of it. And almost all of it. 15 yards or so from the running back, and then the rest of it from Jackson Smith, the last two carries. So nice job by Lakota West. As you mentioned, looks like you got some guys out there, the offensive linemen who are focused, and they didn't care it's 45-0. Their job was to make it 52.
That's right.
And that's what they did.
Right.
So 7:40 to go here. This is really the only time the clock stops is for this kick, and then it'll start going again.
Brent, you said a line during halftime while we were visiting about a coach talking to another coach, and he stated that it's your job to stop my offense, not my job to stop my offense, right? So he's Bolden's doing the right things, putting the right people out there in the second half with this huge lead. Now Colerain needs to answer the call, right? They need to make an impression from a pride standpoint.
And
you
on the
got to
West
try,
twos,
right?
They're going to be going against the West second string. The nice thing to see was I think as we talked early about Coach Bolden, and they took that timeout and got the last score with a couple minutes to go. I think because of that, right, he came right out with the second team to start the second half. A lot of times you see the ones get that one more possession, but based on what they did there, I think he saw what he needed to see, and put himself in a position where he can get some good plays here. Now, Lakota West defense is going to start with Colerain inside their 20-yard line. 7 minutes to go. You notice the clock running, so that's when we're going to start seeing this game wind very quickly. And that's why one of the things we talked about, it kind of sometimes hurts your backups because the clock's moving so rapidly. You don't get near the number of possessions that you used to get. Elijah Hodge, 73 out there for Lakota West. I do still see number 1. It is a catch by Colerain, gain of about 3. Still looks like number 1, Billups at quarterback for Colerain. So, this should be a good test then for the defense, right? Maybe, hey, they can take advantage of that and say, wow, we're still playing against some of the first team from Colerain.
Right.
Let's see what we're made of. We want to point out some of these guys. I see number 51, Riley Legeza.
We got number 99 on the interior line there, Arshan Bryach. He's a 12th grader. He's 5'9", 212 pounds, getting some time in.
Yeah, it's great.
Pressuring the quarterback there.
Good defense there. They're going to stop him short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and a few.
It was a good pass.
Looks like a couple tackles out there for, see number 10, Yassian Salam out there involved in the tackle. See 33, Andrew Fryer also involved in the tackle. Number 28, see Kamoni Smith. So we do see a number of different names out there.
Number 23, Nathan Higgins is in the backfield there.
As you mentioned it, there were kind of went down a little bit late, but it's 3rd and 3 for Colerain. They're going to try to run the ball up the middle and it's the quarterback still keeping it. He's going to get the first down.
Missed tackle in the backfield. Good penetration, but he just missed the play. Got to execute. Got to hit hard. Wrap him up, and he whiffed.
And he pushed it down. We see, yep, there it was. And then 23 breaks down a little bit better. So that's Nathan Huggins, with the tackle for Lakota West. So it's going to be a first down for Colerain. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
And many of these twos are seniors.
And that's great, right?
That's great. Get some playing time, letters, like you said.
Know some guys, some guys that maybe aren't getting all the time every week, but they sure have to practice just as much.
That's right.
So it's nice to see. And those are, sometimes those are the guys you need, right? That's the culture. That's the attitude. That's the people that give you the best looks, right? They're going 100 miles an hour to try to get the first team ready for each week.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron, right?
And you want to give them a chance to have a little bit of fun out there, right?
Nice pressure. Good play, though.
Yeah, so they
Good
do
receive.
get the ball out of bounds, out of the backfield. Not going to get much there, maybe a gain of 1 or so. See Huggins again involved in the tackle. Also see number 16, Ogletree, involved.
But if you take a look at that offensive play, here's a replay. Thank you, guys. There's no one out here blocking for the back out of the backfield. No one. That has to be a mistake.
Yeah. So here, I mean,
right?
yeah,
I mean, there were 4 defenders.
There's Riley Newman, number 45, coming off the corner here, getting a little pressure. Get back in his face. Good catch.
Nice catch.
Looks like he's going to catch it short of the first down. It's going to be about 3rd and 3 or 4 again. So Bilbs completed that ball out to number 9. So it looks like they're going to mark it about 3rd and 3 again. So for the second series in a row, it's 3rd and 3. See what Lakota West can do out here. See 25, Jaden Staley out here on the outside. Looks like West is bringing a little pressure. They're going to run the ball up the middle.
Yep. He broke it out.
Good run.
Bounced it outside and
get enough for the first down.
First down, yeah.
So second consecutive first down for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 around the 46-yard line. I'm sorry, the 41-yard line. You can see that.
Also number 16.
Dante Jarman, he's been kind of the workhorse for Colerain tonight. He doesn't have a lot of yards, but he's got some talent. You can tell he's got good size as a running back, good speed, good strength. He's making many of the yards on his own that he does.
There's not much there. So 1st and 10 from the 41, 2:41 to go, 52-0. Lakota West leads here in the 3rd quarter.
Yep.
Quarterback is stopped. Does a nice job gaining an extra yard or so.
The quarterback, in my opinion, read that block wrong. He should have broke to the outside more. He may have gotten pursued by the defensive backs, but if you take a look at the block there.
Yeah, nice play by 45,
end
right?
Had him, yeah.
Yeah, 45, Riley Newman, took on that lead block. When the quarterback went inside, he slipped, but for the blocker's purpose, if he's thinking the quarterback's going outside him. So obviously, when the defender slides inside, not much he could do there. Gain of 1 on the play. Nice play by Newman.
There wasn't a lot of green space.
Riley Newman is a 6'5", 192-pound sophomore linebacker.
Nice.
For Lakota West. You can see, coming off the
nice
corner.
Shot.
Oh, almost.
Nice
There's Newman.
Shot. Good sack. I can't wait to see that again.
So that was Jaden Staley, 25, with the pressure. And when the quarterback stepped up, number 45, Riley Newman, the sophomore, came right through and made the play.
If you take a look at 45, watch him shuck that lineman.
So nice play. Actually, that's what happens. 2 guys coming from that same side. And when the quarterback stepped up to avoid Staley, there's Newman. So Newman, 2 nice plays in a row. Yeah. And boy, you talk about the potential, right? 6'5", 192-pound sophomore linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the Grant Biermans and the Micah Markleys. I mean, all these guys out here already, and the players we've had in the past. There looks like another body that has a real opportunity going forward for Lakota West.
And he's a 10th grader.
He's a 10th grader.
Think of 2 more years of
see what he does here. He's dropping back into. Nice. Good job by Lakota West. Good to see, though, Newman there, 45, since we've been talking about him. I mean, he started on the right side, dropped back into coverage, and was actually over there. Would have helped on the tackle had the guy made it any further than that. It's going to be 4th and about 16.
Yeah, Dante Jarman showed a lot of patience and poise there. That was a lofty ball to be out in the flat. Right?
Especially against this Lakota West.
Exactly
defense.
right. Me, I would have been hearing footsteps, and I would have thinking, I'm just going to let this come down to the ground.
Because these guys are teeing off, right?
Because I don't want to shake my face mask loose, right?
So it looks like they've got 0 back there, and now we got the 4th down snap. Oh, he's going to hit the line drive again, and that one's going to
That's a good one. I mean, look at it.
It's actually, he is going to pick it up before it goes out of bounds, and he's going to get a few yards back for Lakota West.
But that's a good punt.
It's
another good strategy against a good team like Lakota West, in my opinion. That's a soccer-style kick, right?
Got to do something a little different. So Lakota West will start with the ball at their own 35-yard line. was a nice decision there. Sometimes you get a little nervous when the ball's on the ground that long to go pick it up, and he picked it up right near the sideline, but he was able to gain it. So at the end of 3 quarters, Lakota West 52, Colerain Cardinals nothing. And we're back here at Firebird Stadium on the campus of Lakota West. 4th quarter starting. Clock starts running right away because Lakota West is up 52-0. Larry, what might we see here?
Another good play. Another good blocking. Good blocking. These are youngsters. These are 2s and 3s out there. Many of them are juniors and sophomores, but they're a fair share of seniors.
Yeah, they're not all youngsters, but there's some guys that don't get a lot of playing time on Friday nights.
Right. And they're executing with excellence out there. Look at them make these blocks.
I see 63, Benjamin Jacobs, who is a sophomore, involved. See 69, Bryce Austin, who's a senior. See 67 out there. That's Tristan Plague, who is a junior. I'm sorry, maybe I missed that one. Let me look again. He's a sophomore. I apologize. Going to try to run the ball around the outside.
Good defensive play by Colerain there.
So Jackson Smith, 11, is still the quarterback. We see number 40, the running back. That's LaShawn Williams.
John Matheny, 6'2", 206. He's a senior. He made the stop there.
We'll see that. Malik, number 75, is out there trying to lead the way. See what Lakota does here. Clock is already down to 10.5 minutes. Again, that running clock make this half go pretty quickly. Jackson Smith back in the shotgun. 2 receivers right. Got a third receiver, if you want to call it that, or somebody right off the flanker, and 1 back in the backfield with him.
Looks like a tight end.
Going to come across, try to be a lead blocker for Smith. And that's pretty common. I guess they refer to that now as an H-back or whatever, right? It's kind of the old fullback. You just line him up close to line of scrimmage, allow him sometimes
slot back, maybe.
Try to get him in motion.
Yep.
So at least he gets a running start, can kind of shift the strong side of the offense, right, by moving one way or the other. So that's going to make it a 4th and 7. Lakota West is going to be punting for the first time tonight. Right. You know, interesting talking about punting. I did go to the Cincinnati Bengal Washington Commander game last Monday night. 0 punts.
0 punts.
0 punts.
Well, we get to see our punter with the leg.
See what he does here. Oh, if it hits the ground, it might be a good
tumbler.
One. It does, and it is.
Oh, wow, what a roll. Another good roll.
Kind of down inside the 20-yard line.
Looks like about the 17.
So nice punt. And that's Yassine Salam with the punt for Lakota West. Down there around the 17-yard line, so a very effective punt. Lakota West back on defense, and don't be confused, the running clock, that is because of the score. See what happens. Colerain isn't in any major hurry to get out there. Probably hoping they can maybe get one drive, get down there and score. See what happens here. Again, it looks like most of the same guys we saw out there for Lakota West last series. See 45 right there, that Riley Newman. We've talked about him a couple times. He made a couple nice plays so far.
He's an impressive 10th grader, I tell you.
Still see, so here's the handoff. Billups hands the ball off right into the center of the Lakota West defense, and boy, there's nothing there that you see them fighting for it. Isaac Wallace, 97, and junior, involved in the tackle. You know, we've seen 33, Andrew Fryer involved in a lot of plays out there. They gained about 2 on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 for Colerain, 8:21 to go. See what else we can find out there. Mohammed Sambo, yep, right there in the middle of the defense, over the ball right now for Lakota West. Quarterback Billups back to throw.
Oh,
there comes Newman
wow.
again. He's going to chase him. I tell
Flushed
you-
him out.
Oh, but did a nice job there, right? That finally got
first
knocked
down.
out of bounds.
Looked like he got the first down.
Looks like he got it. So nice play. I saw 28 involved in pushing him out of bounds there at the end.
Good pressure.
Kamani Smith.
Good pressure by Newman.
And there was number 10 there, right? Salam tried to come up and contain him like West has been doing all night, but unfortunately Billups was able to, here you'll see him come up, number 10, and he was able to outrun him to the corner, get a few more yards before 28 knocked
Took
him
a
out of
bad
bounds.
angle there, but that's why you're out there. You want to learn that, right?
There's a run right up the middle. The running back thought he might be able to bounce it a little bit, but wasn't happening this time. I think we saw number 10, Salam, maybe a little disappointed in how he played that last one. He was not disappointed that time.
That
The
time.
running back became disappointed as
Yeah.
Salam made the tackle there for just a half-yard gain. Second and really 10.
We got about 7 minutes left. That clock runs fast.
It sure does. See what the Lakota West defense can dial up here, and if Colerain has anything else to bring to the table. Still have Billups back. He's going to fake the handoff, run it himself, kind of the counter.
They're kind of keeping it on the ground,
yeah,
aren't they? They're
he
keeping it out of the air.
Just ran it right into number 23 there for Lakota West. That's Nathan Huggins again. He stood his ground, wasn't fooled by the fake handoff, and he was right there to make the tackle.
He got the buffet of defense there. He got a lineman, an end, and a defensive back. All
there you go. We also
all taking him down there.
saw 10 Salam involved again, but that was Huggins with the play. It's going to be 3rd and 9 or 10, whatever you want to call it. A long 9 probably is fair. Now we're hitting 6 minutes. As you can see, we get about a play and a half a minute. Quarterback back to pass. You see trying to fling it out front. Good defense. Almost picked off. Wow. Made a nice break on the ball there. That's number 25 again. I tell you, Jaden Staley's been involved a number of times also out there. It's going
the
to be
quarterback he throws awkward here. Yeah. He's on his back foot, moving backwards again, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, and the guy was covered. His
guy was
receiver
well covered.
Totally covered by two people.
Yep. And Staley made a move on the ball and stepped in front of him. He had a better chance of catching it than the receiver by the time the ball got there.
Yeah.
Colerain back to punt this time. 4th and 9, just approaching 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. See what they can do here. Lakota West standing back around their own 40-yard line. See if he can catch the punt. Good punt. It's going to get away.
In the air. Oh, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, kicked it away from the return man. See where he actually marks it out, but still marked it out of bounds around the 33-yard line. Lakota West has been able to get 8-10 yards most returns, so keeping it out of their hands was a good play.
I thought maybe it was a little further out of bounds, but no, it was right at the line.
So
right
there
at the boundary line.
Clock stops a bit for change of possession, but now it restarts again. So we're under 5 minutes to go. Lakota West out there. See if the twos can try to put another score on the board. You'd think about, well, who cares in the big picture, but it's pretty important when these guys, right? They don't get out here on Friday night very much, and so
it's a confidence builder.
When you get a chance to get out there and make something happen, and the other thing is nice to see, you'll look on the sideline and you'll see a lot of the starters with the eye out, watching some of these guys.
Right.
And some of them, like you mentioned, are seniors and juniors. So I mean, they're their buddies.
Yeah.
Here we go. Smith back in the shotgun. Just going to hand the ball, kind of a little misdirection. Fakes right, tries to go to his left. Not much there at all for LaShawn Williams. So that's 40. He's been out. He got the bulk of the handoffs.
Well, it's kind of helpful when they're only running 4 different plays. Right? I mean, the offense is handing it off, which is really a smart thing to do.
So 79, Caleb Bonk in the offensive line out there. See 64, that's Lamarian Jordan involved. So, we're seeing a lot of these guys out here. Hopefully we can make some plays here. Xavier Radica, number 87 out there. He's already on the list as a 6'6", 236-pound sophomore tight end, and I know he's already getting a lot of colleges have their eyes on him as well. Smith back to the
Right up the
shotgun.
middle.
Hands the ball right up the middle. He's getting a nice run. Offensive line gives him a little bit of room there. He's going to gain 4 or 5.
It'd be interesting to see if they're going to give Smith a chance to throw the ball a little bit. Every quarterback loves throwing the ball right.
And, that's the challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, up 52 points. But, these guys haven't had many opportunities. So, how do you balance that, right?
You have to know how to pass block, too.
You don't want to embarrass anybody on the defensive side of the ball, but on the other hand, you want to give these guys a chance to have success.
But you can't run the ball
into a wall when they know your wall, right?
Right. You need to, if you want to get a first down.
Under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
52-0. Lakota West third and a long 5.
Here we go.
There you go. Smith's going to throw it out. Oh, nice cut.
Nice.
So it's going to be a first down, Lakota West. Boy, that was didn't look like there was much there when he threw it out to 81.
He cut against the grain, right? And that's where the blocking was.
So Remy Allen is a 261-pound senior wide receiver. Did a nice job, right? He reversed the field from where he caught it and was able to make a nice gain, taking the ball out past the 45-yard line to the 47, 1st and 10 for Lakota West. 2:19 to go, clock running. So they did give him a little bit of chance,
He got a completion out of it, right?
and gave a
The
senior
lineman got the pass block.
and gave a senior wide receiver a chance to make a play, which he did.
That was a big play.
Here we go again. Smith still in the shotgun. See, 81 there he's going to run the ball this
Here,
time.
you
So,
take it.
yeah. So there's made the first guy. Got through that tackle. Another nice gain. So
Remy Allen.
yeah, it looks like they're giving him the ball twice in a row.
Yep.
Giving him a chance to make some plays. Looks like it might have hurt a little bit. It looked like somebody got him right in the ribs.
Yeah.
But he's definitely going to stay out
He's
there
not
if he
coming
can.
off.
No,
Yeah.
not if it's his choice, right? 2nd and 8
That's right.
for
What's the
Lakota
next
West.
play?
Clock is at 1:30.
I always found that the pain went away as soon as the ball was snapped.
Yeah, it looks like do we have? So see who actually takes the snap there. It looks like they might have moved another guy out there. Stone Butler, a 5'10", 162-pound sophomore, is going to take the snap. Going to keep the ball, so they give somebody else a chance to run
the
it. Gain
ball,
about
yeah.
1.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see somebody, the
Sophomore.
third quarterback out there. Good job by him. I'm sure he's excited as a sophomore to get a snap out there. All right.
All right.
So Carson Fan, a 6', 182-pound senior, is going to get a chance out here on the field with under a minute to go. The quarterback's looking and saying, hey, that's Wyatt Schroeder, another sophomore quarterback. Number 12 is like, hey, that's great. You got somebody out here, but what's the play? I'm guessing they're going to try to allow number 9 here to run the ball. See what happens. He looks like he may just kneel down.
Victory formation.
And they give him the ball. So that clock will run out here, under 20 seconds to go from Firebird Stadium. Lakota West all over the Cardinals, 52-0. Larry, any final comments?
It's a great exhibition of quality football from Lakota West.
Lakota West moves to 5-1.
Dominance is what they have.
See you next time.